Why, hello there, you weak and insignificant mindless drones. This Halloween, you will be shaking your bones to something diabolical. Hey guys, Movie Fan 2002 here, and happy Halloween. Yes, today is Halloween. And unlike last year, I believe a lot more people will be trick-or-treating, unless if you're adults like me, who won't be. But that does not mean I'm not going to be gorging on any candy this year. I still am. But anyways, all joking aside, that's not what I want to talk about today. Today, I want to talk about villains. Yeah, villains are just awesome. Can we all agree on that? I mean, they're evil, they're diabolical, they're menacing, they do damage to the hero. They look scary. Basically, there's just words can't describe how awesome these guys are. Heck, sometimes they can even win at the end of a movie. Well, then in the next film, the hero comes back and strikes the villain, but still, it's pretty awesome when you think about it. So I thought, you think I'm doing a top 10 villains list, right? Actually, no, I'm doing something, well, not this year, but probably next year. This year, I'm going to be doing something different. I'm going to look into animation, mainly with their songs. That's right. I'm going to be doing a top 10 animated movie villain songs. Well, there might be one or two live-action exceptions there, and there are going to be some ties on the list. Also, and just to make sure if I don't get a copyright, I am not going to be showing any video clips of any of the songs I'm going to be showing. I'll only be showing the image of the song right next to it. Anyways, so let's begin my top 10 favorite animated movie villain songs. Before I begin, I do have some honorable mentions, and they are as follows. The honorable mentions are Shiny from Moana, Welcome to the Show from Equestria Girls Rainbow Rocks, Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch from Chuck Jones, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Savages from Pocahontas, and finally, Oogie Boogie Song from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Alright, on with the countdown. Coming in at number 10 is my first tie for the list, and that is Open Up Your Eyes from My Little Pony the Movie, the 2017 film, and Danger Danger from My Little Pony A New Generation. I can't believe I almost forgot the name of that film, but still. Yep, two villain songs from two My Little Pony movies. Actually, the more recent ones. And actually, those were actually in Equestria. Okay, for the 2017 film with Open Up Your Eyes, throughout the film, Tempest was displayed as a badass villain, but we did not know why she was like this. What caused her to get like this? Well, when the song finally comes, after Tempest successfully captures Twilight, she tells her backstory, and she's telling her it's time to grow up and get wise. Come now, little one, open up your eyes. Sorry, I just had to do it. Many of these songs are just so good, you can't help but sing along to them. But going back onto this song, what truly makes the song for me is how a bit tragic it is. Even though Tempest is still on the evil side, you actually feel bad for her during the scene. And I was like, man, that felt pretty sad. And the fact that this scene happened after an argument between Twilight and her friends makes that additionally tragic. And in my opinion, that's what makes it get the song on this list. Alright, now as for the one for A New Generation, a little context of what happened earlier in the film. Oh, and spoiler alert for those who haven't seen it yet. The movie is set thousands of years after the events of Friendship is Magic, where the Earth ponies, unicorns, and Pegasi are once again separated. Of course, not all the ponies are like that, with Sunny Star Scout trying and failing numerous times to get the ponies' attention that they should be friends with the unicorns and Pegasi. However, when Izzy comes to town, this causes a massive panic. So Hitch decides to go after Sonny, which makes his deputy Sprout the temporary sheriff of the bay. When the ponies ask what are they gonna do, Sprout tells them it's time to get into action with this awesome number. Now, I did say in my review I did thought he was a terrible villain, but keep in mind I only saw the movie once back then. Yeah, he's still the weakest part of the film, sure, but I don't necessarily hate him as much as I did on that viewing. That, and also after some time thinking about it. But I did say that this song was awesome in that review, so there you go. I just love how awesome it is, and just like every second of it just felt so amazing. It's really cool. Also, the green lighting and the marching of the ponies reminds me of another song that will appear later on this list. But either way, both of these songs are just excellent in their own right. Coming in at number 9 is going to be the reprise from Mother Knows Best from Tangled, aka Rapunzel Knows Best. Now I know what you're thinking. Hold on, why is the reprise from Mother Knows Best on here, but not the actual song? Well, here's the thing. While the actual song is good, I don't think it's as diabolical as some of the other Disney villain songs. The reprise, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. After Gothel figured out that Rapunzel escaped the tower, which he told her not to do because of, well, she wanted to lie because he wanted the hair for himself, just like in the actual source material the movie's based on. She goes looking for her. She manages to find her after a beautiful moment with Rapunzel and Eugene, and so when it's time to go home, Rapunzel refuses, and we get this diabolical number, which is just awesome as heck. Although it's not as, like, visually impactful as like, the songs I mentioned before, and, like, some of the other songs will appear later on this list, it is just so great, and you just feel a bit terrified when Gothel's on screen. I mean, that's why I consider her to be a criminally underrated Disney villain. Yeah, she's not a diabolical, powerful villain as much as some of the other ones, but she's still a really great villain. And with this song, you can definitely see why. At least by the way I see it. And that's why she deserves this spot on the list. Coming in at number 8 is going to be In the Dark of the Night from Anastasia. Yep, the movie that people thought was a Disney film at the time, but it turns out it wasn't until Disney bought Fox, and now the movie technically is. But for real, I'm actually glad it is, because it is a really great film in my opinion. But of course, one of the movie's highlights, and I believe what many people remember, is this song, sung by the villain Rasputin. For those who don't know what happens in the film, at the beginning of the movie, Rasputin sold his soul so he can have the power to destroy the Romanov family, and which he does, but he left out one, which is Anastasia. Unfortunately, she doesn't know that she is the princess, because she actually has amnesia, so she hardly remembers who she is. So that's why throughout the film she's trying to remember who she is. So when Rasputin figures out that she is alive, he knew that it's time to take into action this diabolical number, and you can definitely tell that he was having a lot of fun singing it. Now, I know some people have complained about the whole idea of having bugs being the backup chorus, but honestly, I don't really mind with it. Although it would have been cool if we had skeletons and fire-breathing dragons, though. Yeah. Also, I would like to clarify that Christopher Lloyd, the voice of Rasputin in the film, and Dr. Brown from the Back to the Future movies, did not did not sing the song. Well, at least all of it. That was done by Jim Cummings, who had done another song from a Disney film that will appear later on this list. So yeah, fantastic song, love it. Coming at number 7 is the reprise of Prince Ali from Aladdin. Unlike Mother Knows Best, this reprises the actual movie villain song. In this part of the film, Jafar finally gets hold of the lamp as Genie finally gets to become Sultan. Of course, Jasmine, Aladdin, and the Sultan would never bow down to him. So his second wish is to be the most powerful sorcerer in the world. Sorry, I'm trying to reenact the scene in the movie, and that turns him into a sorcerer, which makes him conjure up cool spells. And yes, it's at this point where he goes from a great villain to an all-out, awesome, power-hungry madman. And yeah, it's awesome. And not only that, we get to have this pretty cool reprise. Yeah, it does come with some pretty dark moments, like with the reveal that Aladdin's been lying, that he was not Prince Ali, and him being banished at the end of the song. But even at that, it's still really cool. And you just really love it. Something that the remake lacked of. Coming in number 6 is the only live-action exception on here, and that is Agatha All Along from WandaVision. Yeah, WandaVision is a great show. It started off a little bit weak, but it was still pretty good even with those couple of episodes. But things got much more interesting by the end of episode 3. Oh yeah, one of the things I really liked about it was Agatha Harkness, who was originally known as Agnes. Of course, she's been appearing in every episode. You could think at one hand she was like one of the trapped people of Westview inside the hex Wanda made. Oh, and by the way, for those who are wondering, no, she did not steal Vision's body. She just created him. Well, a different Vision. That's why he hardly remembered anything. After that, oh yeah, so a while later, she figured out why Wanda was like this. No, not Wanda. So we were thinking out, who's this Agatha Harkness? Turns out she's actually a witch, just like Wanda. And we get this awesome number, which I think is a lot of fun to listen to. It also shows to why we had Quicksilver. Yeah, really fun song in my opinion. Coming in number 5 is another time, that being between Poor Unfortunate Souls from The Little Mermaid and Friends on the Other Side from The Princess and the Frog. Going back to Poor Unfortunate Souls, The Little Mermaid is one of my favorite Disney animated films, and Ursula is actually my mom's favorite Disney villain. So, Mom, if you're watching this is for you. Anyways, but back onto this. This song is just awesome. Anyways, during the song, Ursula would only turn Ariel into a human, but only under one condition. She wants her voice. And I just love how calm the song starts, but then as it soon goes on, it goes into a much more deep, darker, and diabolical approach, making it so amazing for an awesome climactic ending. As for Friends on the Other Side, I will admit, this is actually where the movie's fun side starts to show up. The movie was still great at the beginning, sure, but this is like where it felt like we were in the more fairy tale element, like what we got like during the days of Walt and during the Disney Renaissance. And I thought that worked very well. Plus, it was great to have another traditional Disney villain song, which this was probably, I think, the last one. Well, there was also Mother Knows Best, but I think after that, there wasn't really that much after it. But still, either at that, I loved this song, especially at the end. I mean, it's just really awesome. So yeah, 2 excellent Disney songs from 2 excellent Disney films. Both from the same directors, actually. Coming at number 4 is both villain songs from The Prince of Egypt, The Plagues, and Playing with the Big Boys. The Prince of Egypt is possibly, in my opinion, the greatest non-Disney animated musical ever made. I really love the movie, and the songs are just fantastic. 2 of my favorites being the villain songs. For Playing with the Big Boys, it seems more like this would be the comedic song, but it's actually more diabolical than comparing it to other villain songs. As Moses returns to seize the slaves from the Pharaoh, who's now his brother Ramses, well, stepbrother at least, he believes he's joking. So Hotep and Hoi decides to play along, and shows that the Egyptian gods are much greater than the Hebrew god, even though by actuality it's just a bunch of smoke and mirrors. But still, it's great on the visuals though, and it's a really great number. Then we have The Plagues, which after after Moses is telling the truth, and then the river is turned to blood. We get like the second through the second through 9 plagues, and they're all told through this excellent song. And it's just so dark and depressing, and the visuals are just fantastic. I also like that they're not actually singing the song; they're being sung in their heads. I feel like it works so well for the type of film it wants to be. And I think if they actually sung it out loud, it would just make the experience feel a little bit off. Glad they didn't do that. But still. So yeah, great songs, and they're definitely dark and diabolical. Coming in number 3, and this is the final tie for this list, and that being the villain songs from Beauty and the Beast, Gaston and the Mob song. Yeah, Gaston is another great Disney villain, and his songs in the movie are very good. For Gaston, while this song's mainly just sung by LeFou, the townsfolk, it's mainly like encouraging him to cheer up after having a hard day after trying to propose to Belle but failed. Sorry, I'm just feeling a little tired right now. Anyways, so in this really fun number, the townsfolk does get together to try to cheer him up. And it's a lot of fun, in my opinion. Then we have the Mob song, which is the more diabolical and more debatably the more evil number of the movie, where Gaston's ready to take everything into action in order to, well, as the song says, to kill the beast. Yeah, 2 fun villain songs, and I never get tired of listening to them. Coming in number 2 is Be Prepared from The Lion King. Now, I don't think it's come as a surprise to many, but we have all seen this movie, and we all love this film. Yeah, Be Prepared is an awesome song. Yeah, it's sung at the most perfect time in the movie, in my opinion. Like, when after the hyenas failed to kill Simba and Nala, well, back when they were young, so he thought it was time to get together to create this epic villain song, as also planning to kill off Mufasa as well as Simba. Of course, and throughout most of the movie, he somewhat succeeded. He technically won until near the end of the film. Yeah. Really great song. Love it. From pretty much my favorite Disney film. And my number 1 favorite animated movie villain song is Hellfire from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This song's just brilliant. And it's really a dark song as well. I mean, I just love that they actually did a song that's more about lust. This really went beyond the Disney trope, in my opinion. It's so dark, it's so edgy, and it really gets you at the edge of your seat. It's such a fantastic number, and I really love listening to it. Sure, it's not like more upbeat as some of the other songs, but it's just so diabolical and evil, and definitely one to listen to on Halloween, which is today. So yeah, fantastic song, and it comes in at number 1. I just love it. Okay, so that is going to be my top 10 favorite animated movie villain songs. What are your favorite villain songs? Comment and let me know. Please like this video if you really enjoyed it. And until next time, peace and happy Halloween.